You don't need to focus on making the right choices. You need to focus on making your choices right. What do I mean by that? Any action in your life, any choice, anything in your life that you mess up on, you can make that into a win. You can turn any loss into a win if you follow up with action and dedication. What up, YouTube? So one of my OGs, he once told me that an ounce of action is worth more than a pound of planning. An ounce of action is worth more than a pound of planning. And what he meant by that is that putting in action towards your goals and towards your dreams is always going to be worth more than sitting around for weeks and months just planning things out and trying to figure it all out in your head. Action is what changes things, not planning. Now, don't get me wrong. There is power in planning things. You need to, if you are pursuing something in your life and you want to achieve amazing results, then you should absolutely plan it out. Spend some time doing research and finding the most efficient, effective way of doing that. Research people who have already done it in that same area as you and emulate their path in your own life. You absolutely should plan things out. But the point here is that you shouldn't overplan things, because if you sit down for weeks and months and years just constantly planning things out and constantly trying to figure out the best way to do things, then you never actually get started and you never produce results. Action is what produces results, not just overthinking in your head all the time. You need to take action. Action is what will change your life. And I remember times in my own life when I used to be so biased towards planning things out. And I would do research on topics, and I would research, watch videos, buy courses, buy books, but I would never actually begin taking action in my life. And that held me back for so long. And I've made a conscious effort recently to focus less on planning things out and focus more on actually taking action. Action is what will change your life. I promise you that. If you make one simple shift in your life, focus on shifting your brain from thinking and overthinking and doing research to taking action. If you can just take action consistently and produce in your life, instead of constantly consuming and instead of constantly thinking about things, your life will transform. I promise you that. And a lot of people worry that if they just begin to take action all the time, that they might make the wrong choice and they might mess their life up. But what you got to realize is that you don't need to focus on making the right choices. You do not need to focus on making the right choices. You don't. You need to focus on making your choices right. You don't need to focus on making the right choices. You need to focus on making your choices right. What do I mean by that? Any action in your life, any choice, anything in your life that you mess up on, you can make that into a win. You can turn any loss into a win if you follow up with action and dedication. I went to jail. I went bankrupt. I got robbed at gunpoint. I got scammed out of thousands of dollars. I've had so many massive L's in my life. But guess what? I took every single one of those L's and I turned it into a W. I used those L's to learn and to elevate my life. And it's the same way with anyone's life. If you mess up and you don't make the perfect decision, take the hit and keep on moving. Make the choice right. When I went to jail for a year, I didn't sit around crying. When I got out, I wasn't whining to myself about, oh, I should have did this differently in the past. Nah, nigga, I took that hit and I kept on moving. I made my choices right. I didn't make the right choices. I made my choices right. So I want to highly encourage you, that if you are trying to truly transform your life, just make the conscious effort in your mind to switch from being biased towards planning and biased towards consumption and switch the bias to being biased towards taking action and being biased towards producing. And when you do that, I guarantee, if you focus on action and production for 30 days, your life will transform. Now, it's not going to become amazing in 30 days, but you will see the change. And if you keep on doing that for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, your life will transform. Guaranteed. You'll be in a much better place. But are you willing to do that? Are you willing to put in the work and to be consistent and to switch your lizard brain that wants to focus on consuming all these different things and instead have some discipline and instead focus on actually taking action? When you do that, your life will transform. Anyways, always remember that consistency creates kings. And if you are not consistent in every area of your life that matters to you, then you will not see results. Subscribe down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.